1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Three Films and a Podcast, the show where Destiny brought together three friends to enhance each other's cinematic journey by watching three new movies in a series of themed rounds. There is no claim of ownership on any film footage used in this episode, as all film footage is owned in its entirety by the copyright holders. And just like every car in Too Fast, Too Furious, this podcast contains spoilers. Enjoy.
I don't care what your mama says, Christmas time is near. I don't care what your daddy says, Christmas time is near. All I know is the Santa sleigh is making its way to the USA.
Hello and welcome back to Three Films and a Podcast. My name is Ben Lawhorn. I'm coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. With me as always is Matt Weiler, who's down in Pleasant Grove.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas.
And Tyler Beck, who is traversing the South. Where are you?
That's correct. I'm back in Cape Coral, and I'm wishing everyone happy holidays.
Nice. It's very appropriate. I didn't
Yeah.
even think to start out with that, but yeah. Merry
I'm
Festivus,
yes-anding with
everybody.
Matt.
Yeah, that's good.
He's warring on Christmas early, everybody.
For those of you new to the show, welcome to the Movie Club, and to those returning, welcome back to the Movie Club. Our goal as a podcast is to establish an active movie club in the online community, and you can get involved with us and see what we're doing everywhere on social media at 3filmspod, or you can go to 3filmspod.com, and everything that you possibly need and definitely stuff you don't need is there. So yeah, you can go support us there and check all that stuff out. On the lines of a movie club, we have so many guests with us tonight. I'm very excited. Well, we decided to go all out for our holiday movie draft, and we brought back 5 of our favorite guests. I will intro you guys one at a time. Let us know who you are. Tell us about your pod. And to start out, I'm going to do 2 people. So Jen and Austin, welcome. Thank you for being here. Do you want to tell people about your podcast and where they can find you?
Sure. Yeah. I'm Austin. We co-host along with our friend Jackie a podcast called I Hate Your Taste in Movies. We all have very different taste in movies. I was a very terrible taste in movies.
Oh, no.
That's a quote part out loud there. We all have very different taste in movies, and so every week we show each other one of our favorites and put our friendship on the line, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's we release new episodes every Tuesday.
That's awesome.
Nice.
We just talked about it off camera, but your Point Break episode was my first experience with you guys. So I found myself in my car like, what are you guys talking about? But it was accurate. It was just hurtful. Like, it wasn't wrong. It was just like, that's okay. Also with us is Christian from Movie Pit Podcast. Christian, welcome. You want to tell people about yourself and where they can find you?
Hello. I am from dropping stuff over here. I am from Movie Pit Podcast. I run by myself because I'm crazy, and I run it's basically a weekly roundup of all the big movie news, trailers, and before coronavirus hit, all the movies that were coming out in theaters. But now I kind of switch it over to that and movies that are coming out streaming as well. Every now and then a review. I think my last review was Black Widow, which a long time ago. Doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was a long time ago.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
Sweet. You were here for our John Carter episode.
Yes.
With Taylor Kitsch, not Taylor Riggins, which I remembered after I was reminded. Yeah, and Jen and Austin, you guys were here for a previous movie draft. We did the summer releases one, which was super fun.
Yes.
Our guest that was here for what has so far been my favorite movie of season 2, Kelly, is here from Drunk Theory. You joined us for Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was
that was
an
so much
absolute
fun.
blast. Yeah, we had a great time with that. But yeah, tell people about you and your podcast.
Yeah, so I'm Kelly from Drunk Theory. We do boozy conspiracies. So we're talking about the lighthearted stuff like birds aren't real and Bigfoot and things like that. You can find us everywhere. We're all over social media because we don't have lives. So yeah, Drunk Theory everywhere.
Nice. Awesome.
Kelly, did you see the Twitter post I tagged y'all in when I saw the birds aren't real people in Flagstaff?
Yes.
I was so stoked. I was like, oh shit, Drunk Theory, that's awesome.
So after you tagged me in that, I was doing a show with Bicoastal Boozecast, who went to that school, and we were talking about it because I was doing Birds Aren't Real with them. Like we were doing conspiracies that aren't real, like Australia isn't real and Wyoming isn't real and all of that. So,
Wyoming's not real. Yeah.
I've been there. It's not real.
I've known that for a while. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Last but not least is our good friend Ethan Simi from 15 Minutes of Marvel and 24 Minutes of A24. You've been on a few times. We did an MCU draft. We talked about my dad's favorite Spielberg movie, Ready Player One. And then we recently did Christmas with the Cranks. So I'm curious to see if that's going to end up on your draft or not, but tell people about you and where they can find you.
Yeah, I feel like that Christmas with the Cranks episode, I feel like that was a setup because now you know how I feel about that movie. But, I'll try my best. Ethan from 15 Minutes of Marvel. It's a 15-ish minute podcast that comes out every Wednesday and Friday, tackling the latest in Marvel news, reviews, movies. Getting really excited for Spider-Man No Way Home. We're very, very close. All exciting things every Wednesday and Friday, and I review Hawkeye every week, which is exciting. And then Ben, you and I do a movie podcast called 24 Minutes of A24.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the same vein. We take 24 minutes every week and we tackle the latest in the A24 movie library. We've had a lot of new movies recently. We also have The Tragedy of Macbeth coming out. We've got some really good episodes coming down the pipeline. So if you're more crunched for time on the podcast realm, those are the shows that you should go check out. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the whole shebang.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I'm honestly so excited about this. This is just going to be pure chaos and I'm really looking forward to it. So, everyone who's listening, if you haven't followed these people, their podcast, please do. They are all super awesome. We obviously like these people a lot and highly recommend their shows. So go support them. Today, we are doing a little podcast, which is kind of an offshoot from our regular pod. So we do something different like this, where we're doing a movie draft. We've done emergency recast where we take a movie like we did X-Men. Was it Reservoir Dogs, right? We went back and kind of recast all those. So those were super fun. That's what you're here for today is a movie draft. These are some of my favorite things. So I'm going to kind of explain the rules a little bit before we get into it. But basically this works in a snake selection format, basically meaning we're going to figure out what the order is here, 1 through 8. Then the second round, it's going to go from 8 to 1. And we're going to do that twice. So we're going to be doing 4 different categories here, which will be super fun. We are going to go over the categories. We're doing from 2000s to present. We are doing the 1990s as its own category. I felt like we were all going to be kind of like kids of the 90s. So it was like, this felt like the best one for all of us. So
I'm old as hell, so that's not the easiest one for me.
We are also going to do a category from the 80s and earlier, and then a 4th category, which is going to be just for animated / kids movies. Ethan brought up a good question beforehand. If there are any of these, I think it'll mainly just, go towards the animated kids category here. But if there are any that you disagree with, people just let their voice heard, and we will take a vote as a quorum here, as a little body, and we'll figure out what we want to do, if that movie gets voted off the island or not. We also have our chaos rule, which I don't know if everyone's aware of, but what that means in this case is that the movie can only be picked once. So if you were going to do a kids movie in the animated kids and you want to take Home Alone, that's totally fine. But that means someone else cannot select it for the 90s. It's one and done. So that's our chaos rule here. We'll figure out the order in just a sec. But to get in this holiday spirit here, one thing I think that happens a lot is the debate about when the Christmas music starts. If it's the day after Halloween, like absolute lunatics who do that, or if it's after Thanksgiving, like the
way out of line, people. Ben. Way out of line.
That's ridiculous.
We just lost subscribers over that.
I'm actually leaving right now.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'd like to figure out what everyone's favorite Christmas album is. What's the first thing you put on when the holiday hits? Jen, I'm going to kick it off with you. What is your Christmas album?
Oh no. I don't love Christmas music.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I don't know if I
Great
have
way
an
to start.
album. Yeah, no, you have to pick me first.
We are bleeding subscribers right now.
I will say, like, the Christmas song I listen to every year that I unironically love is "Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays" by NSYNC. Classic.
Okay.
Anyone?
Classic.
Anyone?
Great.
Just
That's
me?
a great
I'm with you.
Christmas
I'm with you.
album.
Don't worry.
We're with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. NC Christmas album's legit. I like that a lot. Oh, what
Great
about
call.
you, Austin?
For me, the album that always makes me feel like Christmas, and this is maybe a strange choice, but it's the Neil Diamond Christmas album. My parents just
Cool.
always it was just always playing in our house at Christmas. So that to me is like, I don't know, that's Christmas right there.
We are a Neil-friendly podcast.
Excellent.
Yes. We're going to get the Neil subscribers there. All
Yeah.
the Neil stands are
I'm
coming
hoping
in.
those subscribers are back now. They've
All
come
the Diamond
back.
Heads.
They're coming back in.
Called.
Yeah.
What are Neil fans called? They should be the Diamond Heads.
Diamond Heads, yeah.
I think that's
There you
good. Yeah. Christian, how about you? What's your Christmas album?
I am so basic. I couldn't even think of an answer. So my immediate answer was I forget. There's like so many of them because there are so many of them anyway. But it's one of the Now That's What I Call Christmas.
Oh,
CDs.
okay. Yeah.
Compilation. Just because it has all the songs in there, most
Yeah.
of them anyway. So I was like,
Some of everything.
yeah. So it's like, just I'm
As long-
old, I'm okay with like the old classic stuff. I don't need any of the new stuff. I'm
Yeah. Just give me the
Nice.
Mariah song and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Ethan, how about you?
Well, if you're talking albums, it's really it's kind of a toss up. I'm a big Michael Bublé Christmas guy. I think that's once he goes on, that's the official Christmas season. I always grew up with Kenny G in the background, so
Okay.
like the Kenny G Christmas
Nice.
album is also a banger. But if you want like the official, like the kickoff song, as soon as Russ Taff, "Have Yourself a Merry Christmas,"
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
like as soon as that song comes out of a speaker, it is full Christmas, full speed ahead.
Full send,
That is
right?
like the denotion right there. So
Gotcha.
it's a lot to choose from.
And is that November 1st or when is that hitting the airwaves?
Look, if it were me, if I lived in a home by myself, it would be,
Year-round.
Halloween morning, October 31st, the morning of. But
I like
no,
it.
it's been a 9-year journey to convince my wife that it is okay the day after Thanksgiving to start Christmas and not wait until December. And that's a big victory in my life. So
Yeah.
it is
Congrats.
actually the day after Thanksgiving. I feel good, and that's a big win that I'm taking to the grave eventually.
I love it. I think it's
win.
great.
We're very proud of you.
Big win.
Very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Kelly, what is the official Christmas album of Drunk Theory?
So I doubt if any of us have ever actually owned a Christmas album or listened to one.
I love it.
But I do like that song "Santa Baby."
Mhm.
No matter who
Ooh,
sings
yeah.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't care who sings
Just
it.
whoever
but-
sings it, you're on
Yeah.
board. Nice.
So yeah, but that's
Perfect.
about all you get from me.
No, I love it. That's great. I think that's awesome. Matt, what about you?
So one of the reasons Ben and I have stayed friends over all these years is our agreements on the greatest Christmas album of all time. I'm not going to steal his fire. I'll just hype it up.
Feel free. If
I'll
you
hype
want,
his
but-
up.
Okay.
I'll hype his up. But I think a very close second place would be just an old Motown Christmas compilation.
Yes.
Love the Motown Christmas.
That Christmas Gift from Phil Spector album. I think that's so good. I love that one.
And may all your Christmases be white.
Tyler?
Yes, I'm sort of similar to Matt. Like, I don't have one specific thing, but like I was raised on country music. I've talked about my grandfather at length on this podcast. He influenced my movie tastes a lot. And we'd always go over to his house for Christmas, and he was always playing some like old country cover of a Christmas song. Like he had a bunch of records. He would just put those on. So when I think of Christmas, I think of like country singers doing Christmas compilations. So
Cool.
similar to like a Motown compilation, but I also have to shout out Last Christmas by Wham.
Yeah.
I unabashedly and unironically love that song.
Thank
And
you, George Michael.
Thank you.
It makes
very
me
much.
happy every time I hear it, and I literally can't get enough of it.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
During Christmas, I don't listen to it year round. You know what I mean? You have to
but nonstop
space it
during
out.
Christmas. Yeah,
You're
it's
not
perfect.
like you're not like at the end of May, just be like, hey, I'll toss this on for a good time or what?
One more
Give you my
time.
heart.
Well, let's keep it going.
Someone take the cord from Tyler. We cannot listen to this again. But, yeah, I mean, Matt hyped it up. I don't know how many people are aware, but there is a definitive best Christmas album of all time. It is John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together. It is such a good album. It's what I grew up on. I still listen to it now. I went and bought it on vinyl so we could have it. Like I unironically love this album so much. So that is why Matt and I have been friends for so long, is thanks to John Denver.
Huh. I expected the Rocky Mountains to be a little rockier than this.
I was thinking the same thing. That John Denver's full of shit, man.
So I like all those answers though. I think they're all awesome. It is definitely like a thing that happens every season. Like when that kicks in, you're like, okay, cool, here we are. It's like Christmas time. I'm stoked. I think it's like the only holiday really that has its own like specific music, which is kind of cool. Along those lines, it's also a holiday that has a ton of movies about it, and that's what we are here to do, is to talk about Christmas movies, holiday movies, whatever you want to kind of call that. I just figured the fall holidays, like Thanksgiving and New Year's, you put it in there, but I think they're mainly all just Christmas movies. We figured out a couple of weeks ago there are no Thanksgiving movies because Tyler did not send it in the comments. He just decided to interrupt Matt, but so it doesn't officially count. But right now I think we need to figure out what the order is going to be. So I'm going to test out my StreamYard knowledge here. So bear with me. Let's see what we got. Okay, cool. Can everybody see that here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Sweet. So I put everyone's name in alphabetically. So this way we can just go through and kind of figure out what the order is going to be. So pretend drum roll.
First time in podcast history that we know it's legit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my
There it
God. God.
I'm telling you, Ethan,
Unbelievable.
that 8 spots where you want to be. You get 2 selections in a row.
It's pretty solid.
Any other draft, I would totally agree with you. Christmas movies are so premium, like such a small content of like quality Christmas movies. I'm done. I'm toast.
Well, it's
That's what
crazy.
you can do.
My first pick says Christmas with a Crank, steal from Ethan. So
God
yeah,
damn it, I swear to God.
Not
I
making
swear
it
to God.
Yeah.
Street rules, huh? Okay.
Nice. So for everybody who's listening and cannot see what we are looking at, the first pick is Christian. Second pick is Tyler. I have the third pick. Fourth pick is Kelly. Fifth is Matt. Sixth, Jen. 7, Austin, and bringing up the rear with the turnaround picks here is Ethan as spot number 8. So with all that said, I'll keep track of everyone and whose order it is. Yeah, Christian, it's time for you to set the tone here. What are we doing?
It's a lot of pressure, Christian.
You're about to break a lot of hearts, buddy.
Christmas with the Cranks. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not you too, Christian. Come on, no.
That's so hard. I'm gonna go. There's no like specific order, right, to the categories. We can pick
Sorry,
no.
I should have clarified that. No, you can pick any category that you want in any order. So yeah, just keep in mind the chaos rules.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick animated first because that was the one I had the most trouble with.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick Klaus from came out on Netflix.
The great pick.
Great pick. Great pick.
I really liked it. It wasn't one that I actually had heard of until it dropped on Netflix, and we were looking for a movie to watch around Christmas time. We were like, let's watch that. The animation looks cool, and it was. I didn't realize that it was a mix of hand-drawn animation with CGI lighting. So if you watch the movie, that's kind of why it looks like really different and weird in a good way.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I was like I said, I wasn't really expecting much from it, and then I saw it, and it's become a movie that I've watched. I watched it when it first came out, and then I didn't watch the whole thing because I watched it late and I fell asleep, but I watched about half of it the next day. Not because it wasn't good, just I was really tired. But yeah, I really like that one. So I'm kind of glad I went first for animated because I got to pick that one because this one was a little more the hardest.
No, I think it's solid.
Yeah.
It's a great pick.
Well, I should do that. I should take animated first because I have the same issue. I haven't seen Klaus yet, and I saw that on a bunch of lists, and I've heard it's good. So you didn't steal anything from me, so we're still cool. But I'm not gonna follow your lead. Ben, what movie am I taking here?
I don't know.
You know what I'm taking.
I'm
taking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, in 80s. Right?
I think I've said 15,000 times on this podcast. It's not only my favorite Christmas movie, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Putting aside Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid and their problematic personalities. I just try to look past that. And yeah, that's my first pick. And I'm very happy I got it. We can all still be friends. That's all I care about.
Everyone's still cool.
Thank you.
I should have worn my t-shirt. I have a t-shirt that says bend over and I'll show you.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
I put on my best t-shirt for this. I felt like a black tie affair. So it's like, with all our special guests, I got to dress up. Man, I have the same issue with animated, to be honest. I don't think I ever like when I pick because I always just want like someone else to keep going before me. But fuck yeah. All right. I'm just going to go with animated because this was the toughest thing for me. And I'm going to go with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Damn it.
Solid pick.
That's just got to be, I didn't know like to take it in the 90s or an animated, but animated was rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. If you want to hear me talk about it, you could probably go back to 50% of our podcast, and I've mentioned Nightmare Before Christmas, but I love it. I got to go to a test screening as a kid, which was like one of the coolest things ever, and I just still think it's one of the coolest movies. So yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas animated. Kelly.
Nice. I needed that so bad for 90s because what you have left me with.
We were so close, Kelly.
I only had 2 for the 90s. So what I have left is Jack Frost, the horror movie.
Okay.
Ooh,
hell yeah.
Which was 1997, and I'll be taking that for the 90s.
I love it. That's awesome. Oh, that's such a good pick. I think it's way cool. Okay, who is next? Matt.
Ooh, okay. You know what? I missed this episode last week, and so it only feels right that I take for the 1980s and earlier. We'll go all the way back to 1946, and we're taking "It's a Wonderful Life."
Beautiful,
because that movie still hits so dang hard.
What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Yeah,
that's the A1 pick right there. I don't think anything, and that's the definitive best Christmas movie, right?
According to every list you'll find online anywhere.
Every list ever.
Exactly.
Even though it's just like in the last 20 minutes. But it's true. It's like very vital to the movie. So I think that's a solid pick, and I hate that it's gone, but wonderful job. Jen, what's your first pick?
Oh, okay. So I'm going for the 1980s and older.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Black Christmas, the original 1974 version.
Oh, awesome. I like
Excellent.
it. That is a very good pick. They did when did they do the remake? Just like pretty recently, right? Did they
There's 2 remakes. There's one from 2006 and then one that came out in 2019.
Okay, cool. I think I'm thinking the 2019 one, but
yeah. Sorry, I'm here for all your Black Christmas facts, apparently.
I love it. No, that's what we're here for.
Someone's got to do it.
It's a Black Christmas pod now. So that's awesome.
Is it a horror movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was actually just watching it the other day.
Oh, yeah. For our podcast, we did an episode on it last year at Christmas, and it filmed actually in Toronto, which is where we are. So we went and visited the houses that it's filmed at and everything.
Sweet.
So it was a pretty fun day last December.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That'd be awesome. Well, I like that pick. I think that's solid. Austin, what are you doing with your first pick?
Okay. Well, because my Nightmare Before Christmas option was ruled out real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and snag the only other 90s movie that I can think of that I like a lot, and I'm going to go with Muppets Christmas Carol.
I hate you so much.
I know you do.
Oh my god, that was my next pick. Oh.
What are we, like 20 minutes in and everyone hates each other?
The real spirit of Christmas.
That hurts.
So saying this is just gonna be the podcast version of that one scene from Jingle All the Way where everyone's just like fighting over the same thing. So it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, poor baby.
That's so good. Yeah, I had that in the animated and the 90s one because we watched that last year. We did a watch party that rolled into a triple feature, I think, something like that. But we watched Muppets Christmas Carol, and it's still so good. I love that movie. Okay, Ethan, make it happen. Make it happen.
Knock him out, buddy.
A lot to be in the 8th spot.
You got
okay,
two
look,
in a row.
I got a couple comments real quick. I'm so surprised. There's so many bangers left on the board after the first round. This is absurd. I thought everything would be like gone. This is crazy. Also, the classic draft dilemma, right? Do I draft with my heart or do I draft for the people? Do I draft what the people will know as the best Christmas draft, or am I just trying to pick Christmas with the Cranks 4 times, right? Like, that's not going to get me a lot of votes.
Hard to say.
Go with your heart, man. Go with your heart.
Yeah, you got to follow your heart.
Well, I've got back-to-back picks, so I've got to start off with an all-time classic for me. This is not Christmas with the Cranks. It is the other Tim Allen Christmas movie, being The Santa Claus.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to take that one in 90s, please. I will take that in the 90s.
That's how he feels, Neil. Come on. Nice sweater, buddy.
The Santa Claus with the first pick.
The Santa Claus pick. I feel like that's pretty unbeatable when you talk about Christmas movies. And then for my second pick, I would love to have in the kids section, the kids category, I'm going to take Elf.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Bye.
One of Jon Favreau's all-time greats, one of Will Ferrell's all-time greats.
Man.
It was made in 2003. We're almost 20 years out, and every single Christmas there's merch. There's Will Ferrell posted up everywhere. It's iconic. Boom. Double feature right there.
All right, you done, Ethan?
We're fighting.
No. No, that's it. I win.
Jeez.
I mean, it's super solid. I'm like
Scorched earth.
I never even thought about it as a kids movie. I guess in my mind, it's like, yeah, he's not in a kids movie. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. All right.
Cool. Ben just went full on it.
Yeah. It's just like, I can't compute. I was like, I mean, I guess it is. Like, I could quibble, but everybody was like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, all right, maybe I'm out. And then
I can't quibble that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good pick. So
Cool.
Close.
Austin, you got your second selection.
Yeah. Okay. I think. I mean, for animated, kid/animated, I'm just gonna go with the classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's a great pick.
I hate you for a second time.
Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to that.
Yeah. That was like my animated or kids pick was going to be Muppets with Rudolph as a backup, and you took both of them. So.
Well, you're next, right?
Man.
So.
Yeah. Now I got to figure something out.
Yeah. What's your third option for animated?
Okay. I got to get a kids one out, I guess, before they're all taken. So am I going to go with Home Alone?
I'm up here, you morons! Come and get me! You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
All right.
Dang. Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Someone's got to claim it, so.
Yeah, it's true. I was surprised it went so far. It's another one. It's like, I don't think about it as a kids movie, but I guess so many of these like Christmas movies are family friendly, so it makes sense. Yeah,
one of Joe Pesci's best roles, honestly. Let's be honest.
Without a doubt. And I just watched Casino the other day, and I was like, man, this guy's just really been all over the place. I cannot believe I'm surprised Home Alone made it to the second round. Like,
Same, honestly.
I expected Christian to pick it. I guess it made sense that Tyler didn't. I don't know why I didn't. It's like, yeah, I can't believe we made it to the second round, but that's awesome. Matt, what have you got?
Oh, geez. Pretty much nothing.
Log out. Like, I'm leaving.
You know what? I mean, Ethan should have learned when he came on our pod last time that there's another Cranks fan. There's another Cranks head out there. And you know what? I am going to.
Are you sure you're going to, though?
I'm going to crank this out.
Don't do it.
Oh, man.
Really cranking up the tension here.
Yeah.
I'm going Cranks. I'm going Cranks for the 2000s.
Damn
Look,
it,
Ethan, you had your shot. You had 2 shots at the Cranks.
Yeah.
That's true.
I went more for a strategy play, and I knew that there was a high risk I would lose my Cranks, and you know, they'll always hold a special place in my heart, but I wasn't Destiny.
They'll hold it on Matt's team because that's where they're at. I mean, anytime you can get Jamie Lee Curtis on your team, you got to do it.
To win.
I'm surprised. Yeah, Ethan, I really thought you were taking that for sure. When everyone in here was like, go with your heart. You're like, screw all of you.
I've tried. I've been part of so many drafts on podcasts now, and I've lost almost every single one of them. I'm trying to be a little more strategic and just kind of play it out. And sometimes it works, and most times it doesn't. So
first 2 picks are solid. Can't argue that.
Yep.
Kelly, what have you got for pick number 2?
Oh, I'm going with 1980s and before. I am going with 1988's Die Hard.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Fuck.
Nice.
God,
cool.
Good pick.
God damn it.
Nice.
That's a great selection.
I can't be mad at that because I already knocked off my 80s and earlier. So I'm just happy for you.
I watch it so many times every year. Like, I have some kind of weird obsession with it. Like, if I see that it's on, I have to watch it. Like, I don't go searching it out, but if it's on, I have to watch it. Weird.
I think
that's like how
sense.
I approach Last Christmas by Wham. If it's on, I'm going to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to go, I guess, 90s here. I was ready to say Die Hard. Like, in my head as you were talking, I was like, cool, I'll take Die Hard after whatever she picks.
I'm so glad I took it.
It's a great choice.
Me all the damn.
That's true. You got to get it on the way back. That's fair enough. I'm going to go with the 90s, and I am going to take Batman Returns.
Nice. Very nice.
1990s.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
Since Home Alone and the Santa Claus are gone, I got to go with the non-Tim Allen Christmas movie from the 90s. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but there you go.
Well,
so Tyler, what's your second pick?
Well, you just took what was going to be my backup when you took. Let me think. How should I
start
say
over? I'll cut all this out. Don't worry.
No, keep it. I like looking dumb. I thought you were going to take what I'm about to take, and so Batman Returns was going to be my backup. But since you left it wide open for me, I'm taking Jingle All the Way. Right? No one took that, right?
No one took
it. There, man.
As soon as I said it, I was like, wait, I think someone took that. But no,
Sinbad,
Jingle All the
baby.
Way for the 90s.
Perfect.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
looked like
for the
Christian
90s.
was about to take that. Yeah, it's like you really wanted to take that.
Christian and I, we were friends, but like most Christmas get-togethers, some friendships are torn apart, arguments to be had.
It's all just going south.
My National Lampoon's pick was for 80s and earlier. I assume that was obvious, but I didn't qualify.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so you've got 2000s and animated left.
Cool.
But Christian, it's back to you. Around the horn here, you got picks 2 and 3.
I don't know what to do anymore. I'm so deflated.
It's the curse of the first pick because you just got to watch everything get ticked off, as it's coming back to you. It's like, oh, all right.
But now you get 2 in a row,
which I guess
is true.
So I'm gonna go with 1980s and earlier because that was my second hardest thing.
Oh no. I'm getting
And
worried.
I was going to choose Die Hard, but obviously that's no longer the case.
Yeah.
You had a tough go here.
You didn't help either. So.
Kill you, BKA'd you. Yeah.
I'm going to pick. I have two choices here, and I don't know which one to pick.
Yep.
Don't pick mine, Christian. That's what I'm saying. Simple
If you
as
want to
that.
confer with everybody, I'm sure they'll tell you what to take.
Maybe Christian and I can take a sidebar real quick and we can collude.
You want a sidebar? What's on your mind?
I'm nervous, man. I only have 2 1980s or earlier movies on my short list, and I have a lot of people to get
I was
through.
apparently,
So I'm a little nervous.
I was apparently feeling arrogant because I've only got one for this.
I like
Just,
it.
ready.
Shoot your
No
shot.
one else has ever heard of Die Hard. So I'll take this one. Oh, I love it.
I've seen. Okay, so this might be a quibble because I haven't watched it recently. I have watched it. I haven't watched it recently, but I know it supposedly takes place on Christmas. Lethal Weapon.
That counts. That's good.
Quibble.
I'm totally okay with it if you want to talk. Because
I wouldn't have quibbled if you didn't qualify so much. But you told me all your secrets, so now I know. So now I have to quibble.
Now I know.
No, really what it is for me is when I was going through this, in my head, I'm like, I have to actively know in my head that it's a Christmas movie.
Right.
And so that would be the only reason I quibble. It very well could take place on Christmas. I have no idea. But that's the only reason I quibble.
All of Shane Black's movies are at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Though.
Shane Black,
okay.
so it takes place
Of course.
he's only written 2 movies that don't take place on Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Iron Man 3, baby. Shane Black. Let's go.
Yeah, if you did that or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Like, I don't know how much it plays into any of the plot in his movies, but he loves setting it at Christmas. That's for sure. Okay. So
quibble retracted. My apologies.
Yeah, I think if you want to take it, unless
redacted,
unless Ethan wants to step up and say that was the movie he was going to pick.
I mean, I think
no, man, you have it all day long. Happy to hear it.
All right, I'll take Lethal Weapon from my weird ass list.
All right, Lethal Weapon 80s locked in. Are we going 2000s or 90s for your next pick?
I'm gonna go. I don't know.
This is the pressure of picking.
You know what? I'm gonna go 90s.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Home Alone 2.
All right.
It's a good one.
Great
choice. Solid pick.
I have seen some people argue that that's the better movie than Home Alone 1. I'm not one of those people, but I've seen the argument recently.
Yeah.
I remember
it's got the pigeon lady.
And it's got,
it's got the pigeon lady.
It's got Tim Curry, so that always gets
Tim
your point.
Curry.
I remember
I don't even
Home Alone 2
remember that he
more
was
than I
in that
remember.
movie. I haven't seen it in 100 years, but I love Tim Curry.
Rob Schneider.
I think it's a great pick. I've seen a lot of that stuff going around too, Tyler, about 2 being better. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It's hard.
I had a
not
talk
to go
boy
with,
because of that movie.
Yeah, exactly. So Home Alone 2, I think it's a great pick. What's your third pick, Tyler?
Well, I should probably do the safe thing and knock out my animateds because I only have a couple left. So that's what I'll do, and I'm going to take How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh.
The OG 66.
That's the one, dude.
Nice. I think it's the way to go.
And I got nothing to say about it. It's a classic. What else do you need to know,
That's it.
Yeah, let's move on.
I really love the animation. I will say that. The animation in that is specifically cool.
No, it is. It's a great pick.
So I think I'm going to go 80s and earlier. There's a part of me that wants to jokingly take the Star Wars holiday special, just celebrate Life Day.
Do it.
I kind of want to.
Do it.
I mean, we've talked about Babes in Toyland on this show, which is also great. I mean, there's some really good stuff out there. I think I have to go with the one that I remember the most, though, and that's A Christmas Story.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to go with that.
Nice.
Another one I'm surprised made it this far down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long way down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well it's aged or anything, but still, yeah, it's it's the Christmas movie that I remember seeing the most, I think, especially on TV. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, Chewy, but I'm going to do that. Still celebrate Life Day though, but Kelly, you got animated and 2000s left.
Let's see. What am I doing? Okay,
What are you doing?
I think that for animated and kids, I am taking The Christmas Chronicles from 2018 with Kurt Russell.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a pick.
Nice.
I've
Because
seen
it's so
those.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also filmed in Toronto. Nice.
Is it really?
Oh,
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all Yorkville.
Nice.
That's cool.
You've seen it, Matt, right?
Oh yeah.
You like
It's a
it?
good,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My kids
I
love
think
it.
I remember hearing you say that. So
That's good.
I've
Yeah,
seen
I've
it a
not
million
watched it,
times
but-
now, thanks to the kids. So it's good.
It's
All
good
I know
balance.
about it is the cover, and Kurt Russell makes like a surprisingly good Santa Claus,
Yeah.
just based
Yeah.
off the cover.
So he's a great Santa.
It's a surprisingly good movie.
Is it really? All right.
It's really cute. It really is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's a solid pick. I love it. I mean, I got the recommendation from Matt, which was like, okay, cool. Like, but I still haven't watched it, so don't tell Matt if he doesn't know.
What was that?
Matt, it's your turn with your third pick.
Oh well, I'm wearing my Unsung Gem shirt here.
You're here for
You know?
it.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. We're going
Love
mixed
to
nuts.
see it.
Synergy.
We're going mixed nuts. Oh yeah,
The 90s.
1995.
And
You
by
got
the
Rita
way,
Wilson, Adam Sandler. You've got
Leo
oh, man.
Schreiber,
that's all you
Yeah.
need.
Lee
Julia
Schreiber.
Lewis. Yeah. So many people.
For those of you
And Nora
watching
Ephron.
on YouTube, you just saw the shirt. For those listening, please head to our website and check out the graphics. It's so cool. The Unsung Gems line that Matt is putting out for us on the shop is my favorite thing we have in there so far. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff.
It's awesome. And then go listen to us talk about Mixed Nuts. 'Cause that
And then
was,
watch Mixed Nuts. Yeah.
we got sold on it. It's a good one. Unsung Gem for a reason. Jen, third pick. What you got?
All right, we have gone through like all of my 90s picks, so this is like a last ditch effort. I'm gonna go with another Shane Black movie, and it's The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. I had that on my list as well.
Nice.
Has that
I
got
did too before I
Gina
threw it.
Davis in it?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And Samuel Jackson.
Samuel
what I
Jackson,
think his
yeah.
favorite role is, he said something like that.
Oh,
Like
wow.
he loved that role.
Oh, awesome.
That's
Great pick.
It's solid. And that's our first category closed. That was the last 90s pick.
Oh,
That was
nice.
it. So 90s are done.
Wow.
Ethan, you got
Impressive.
2000s and 80s. Which one are you going with? Oh, wait, no, Austin. I'm sorry. I totally jumped over you. I apologize.
That's okay.
I was looking down.
Don't
So,
do that to my friend Austin. That was
Austin, I
very rude.
apologize.
On Christmas,
Um,
no less.
You have 2000s and 80s left.
Yes, I think I'm gonna go 80s and earlier. I'm gonna go way earlier.
Oh, no.
And I'm gonna do Meet Me in St. Louis.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Close.
Which is like not strictly at Christmas, but a good chunk of the movies at Christmas. I feel like
Yeah.
the most memorable parts are at Christmas.
But
I think
was
that
it filmed
totally
in
works.
Toronto?
It was not filmed in
Oh, okay.
Toronto.
Mm.
Take it off the list, honestly.
It should have been. It should have
Can you
been
imagine
filmed
that
in
movie
Toronto.
draft?
Was that
the film-
not what the draft was?
Yeah, the film in Toronto movie draft. That'd be crazy.
Specifically, movies filmed in Toronto meant to be New York. It's fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, now Ethan,
Okay, officially my turn now.
officially
Okay.
your turn.
I am surprised now that we've closed out the 90s category. I'm surprised nobody picked Edward Scissorhands. That was a
Yep.
1990 flick that I thought
Yeah.
was someone would snatch.
That's a good one.
I mean, I don't know. You could probably might be a kid's.
Saving
a
it for
little
the
scary.
kids movie. Saving
A
it
little
for the
scary
kids.
for the kids. I don't know, man.
We really want to fuck with those kids.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna vamp for a second here because I got to walk through my process because this is my final two picks, right? And then I'm out, and then
Yeah.
I've completed.
Oh,
my
You
yeah.
actually have to log out after your pick.
Yeah, then we're kicking you
I'm
out.
done. I'm out of
Get out!
here.
Just
You don't
say
have to
it.
go
Okay.
home, but you can't stay here, buddy.
So
yeah.
I've picked 90s and I've picked kids. That means that I have 1980s and earlier, and then I have 2000s to present.
Correct.
So 1980s and earlier, like I said, I only had two on my short list. I've got Gremlins, 1984, and I've got White Christmas, 1954.
Very opposite ends of the
feels like
spectrum.
very different movies. Gremlins feels like a pretty good like fan, like a fan choice. But I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna go with a classic Christmas movie on the draft list. I feel like White Christmas I'm officially drafting in my 1980s and earlier. Molly, my wife Molly was trying to get me to watch that movie forever. I finally watched it last year, and I was just pleasantly surprised. It was fantastic. It was excellent.
It's got being.
Awesome.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Oh, bing bong.
Yeah. So I'm going with White Christmas, and then that means that I've got to fill out my 2000s to present. This is very, very, very difficult.
Well, you can keep talking. All of us need the 2000s except for Matt. Matt
Cranks,
only has animated less, so the rest of us
Oh.
are 2000s and after. So I think it's going to get cutthroat on its way back up to Christian. So
I'm very nervous.
I'm very excited to see how this goes.
Poor Christian, man.
You get the first pick. Sorry.
Sorry.
Come on a podcast, you start as
Here for a good time. Yeah.
It's Monday.
I think let's see. I was heavily contemplating Iron Man 3 coming from 15 Minutes Marvel. I thought I've got to throw my MCU in the list, and that's really the only MCU Christmas property except for kind of Hawkeye right now, which doesn't qualify for this. But Iron Man 3 is not my favorite, so I'm not going to pick it. I am actually going to go with my heart, like you all told me to go with in the very beginning, and I am going with 2004's Miracle, one of Disney's best films of all time. There's a very specific Christmas scene. They all have Christmas together. They gift him a whistle and a whip, which has not aged well, but it is a very, very, very important scene to the movie.
But now I want to.
So you have Kelly's attention for sure.
Yeah,
He then goes home
I'm intrigued.
and he decorates the star. His daughter and his family leave the star for him to put on the Christmas tree. Christmas is very pivotal in this movie. It's about the 1980 Olympic hockey team and how they beat the Soviets at the Olympics and going to win gold. And incredible movie. Watch it every single year, multiple times a year. And it is my pick for 2000s and earlier to round out my draft.
Right.
That's solid. We had, like you said, we had you on for Cranks, and we talked about some of our favorite Christmas movies, and we saw on the notes here that you had written Miracle, and in my mind it's like, oh, he's talking about Miracle on 34th Street. You just abbreviated it, and then you just went full into Miracle. Kurt Russell. I was like, oh my god,
Gotcha.
okay, I did not expect this to be the pick, but I love it. So I'm glad you're staying on brand. I think that's solid.
How'd it go?
In what episode was it that I quibbled with Matt? It was the action draft,
Action
right?
movie draft, yeah.
So in that episode, I quibbled on the episode, and then I took it to the vote on the Twitter sphere and Instagram, and I have the results, but I'm not going to share them here. But Ethan, what I'm going to do to you is
I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is leading.
it's a mess up here. I'm trying to filter it out. I'm not going to quibble on air, but I am going to take that to Twitter vote.
Okay.
Because I want to quibble, but you did sell it to me. But I am gonna put it out on Twitter to see if the listeners quibble.
Take it to the streets.
No, that's 100% fair.
beforehand.
I think my last argument would be that if it didn't take place during this specific Christmas season, you would lose some very imperative story arc and character building that does take place during the film because of the team dinner, because of the football match, because of the presidential speech that we hear on the way home. There are very key scenes that do take place specifically at Christmas. And if you take those out of Christmas and put them somewhere else, they don't quite make sense. So go Twitter, vote for me.
So
There you go. There's the pitch.
No, and also, just to clear the air on the gut check here, Tyler did not put his own questionable pick up on Twitter. He just put my pick up on Twitter.
That's not other people's.
That's not for me to do. That's for you. That's for you to quibble, Matt. That's your quibble.
Well, I'm excited to see those results because I don't have many people that support my choices on Twitter. So we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be good.
I'll support you on Twitter because there's a whip.
There you go. You got one vote.
That's what I'm talking about, Kelly. There we go.
I got you, boo.
If there's a whip, there's a Merry Christmas.
Oh man. Okay, Austin, what are you gonna take that Jen wants with your last pick?
I don't think Jen wants this one, so I think we're probably fine. I think I'm gonna go with Bridget Jones's Diary. I will allow if there's some quibbling, we can quibble it out. I have some backups. It's another one of those that's like not specifically Christmas, but it like bookends on Christmas, and I always love it.
I
Yeah,
have not
Colin
seen it, so I
Firth's
can't
Christmas
find
letter
it.
is a big part of the movie.
That's true.
Yeah. That's understandable. I mean, it feels like you got the thumbs up from everyone unless anyone wants to. All right,
Actually,
cool.
you have to go to bat for that one. But,
Tyler will still post a poll on Twitter for you.
Yeah.
So.
Do you believe she picked this?
Craziest pick of the draft, right?
Oh, I love it. Okay, Jen.
I'm going to pick for my 2000s plus one that I actually did think Austin was going to take, which is Anna and the Apocalypse, because it is a Christmas zombie musical.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fun.
that was my backup.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So what? Like, yeah. Can you explain that movie? I feel like I've seen it on like the Netflix queue or whatever forever. But I've never watched it.
Yeah, so it is set at Christmas holidays in the UK. The zombie apocalypse is happening, and it's also a musical, so everyone is singing. It is delightful.
That sounds like a good time.
Sounds like a good time.
That's a solid elevator pitch there. That's great.
Oh, now I'm mad I didn't pick that one. Just to
I really thought you were going to take it, so I'm glad I got one out from under you.
It's like the reverse anger. Like, oh, you didn't take it from me, but I wish I had that. Oh, that's good. Okay, Matt, closing out animated kids here.
All right. Geez. This is. You know what? I'm going Ethan's route. You know, I've already picked some from my heart. I'm gonna go for the people this time, and I'm gonna choose the one with the most Tom Hanks in it, and that's the Polar Express.
Okay.
Damn it. That's a great one. Even though I don't have another pick, that's a great one.
A lot of Tom Hanks in there.
A lot of Tom Hanks.
Plenty of Hanks.
There's a surprising
Matt,
amount of Tom Hanks in that one.
Can you see my mug?
There
Matt?
we go.
Nice.
Yep.
You
I saw
see
the mug.
There's a ticket in there,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
I wanted to pick it, but I didn't.
How did you not end up with any of your favorite movies in this draft?
I was going to say, Matt has Cranks and Polar Express. He just snatched them from you.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Oh,
you know, it is what it is. I don't want to think too much about it because then I'll criticize myself.
No, it's good.
What's going to happen is Matt's going to win this draft, and it's going to be all your picks.
Yeah.
All your
I'm
heart.
going to be livid. I'm going to be livid.
Everyone's going to be like, we really loved hearing you talk about Christmas with the Cranks. So, yeah, that's got to be the pick. Well, I didn't pick it. Okay. Kelly, 2000s.
Oh. So I'm kind of torn here because I have the Ginger Dead Man, which is fabulous.
Oh, nice.
But I've also got Bad Santa, which I feel like the people will have.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Bad Santa.
Kelly, we were
Good
so
call.
cool until this moment.
Did I just steal it from you?
You sure did.
Time to the drawing board. That's awesome. That's a great movie. We've talked about that, I think, over the last couple episodes, but yeah, it's a really solid choice. And
I'm so mad I don't even have anything funny to say.
Well, if you want to think of something, it'll give me time to figure out what I want to pick.
You
So.
can flip me the bird if you want to. You can just be like,
Yeah.
The quibble is that it's
I
not a
couldn't do that
Christmas
to you.
movie; it's a Santa movie.
I
There you go.
mean, that's a pretty good quibble, but I
Solid
couldn't.
quibble.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every single pick you've had, Ben, you've started it with fuck. And you don't know what to do. And I
I'm gonna
love
go
it
back and just
so
do a
much.
super cut of all my movie drafts. Fuck. Like, I jokingly wanted to take Saving Christmas with Kirk Cameron because that movie just looks insane. Looks ridiculous. I did rewatch The Night Before the other night, and that was a lot of fun. That's a really good movie. I'm going to throw this out to the court and kind of see what people think. I kind of want to go with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because he gets the invisibility cloak. Like, Christmas is like kind of a big deal in that movie. How do we all feel about that? I feel great about it, but I'm just curious how you guys all feel about it. I want to see if there's
I
any
mean,
quibble.
was it direct? Is that
Any
who
quibblers?
directed that movie?
Don't
Chris
even
Columbus?
start, Matt. That's my line, Matt. That's my line. Don't.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Columbus.
Ever heard of him?
The guy who wrote
I've never
Christmas
seen
with
it.
Cranks.
I can't quibble. I want to just for fun, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
It's like,
I think that's legit. I think it's a good pick.
it's definitely not the most Christmassy movie that's like left here, but it's, I don't know, it's the one that I would want to take. So that's what I'm going to do. Tyler, yeah, what's yours?
Well, I've got 2000s left. I want to just to be funny to take the Jim Carrey version of Grinch since I took the other Grinch.
Yes.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a movie you just talked about and I thought you were going to take. I'm going to take The Night Before.
Cool.
I thought you were about to take the Ginger Dead Man.
I'm going to take the Ginger Dead Man. I've never seen it.
It's so good. Yeah, it was a fun rewatch. Like I hadn't seen it for a while. Then I realized as I was editing the episode, I'm like, I don't think I explained that movie well. So I rewatched it. It's like, I did okay, but like, that's a really good movie. Like Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie. Like if you haven't checked it out, it's basically like three guys who are kind of doing their last big Christmas hurrah together. So, that's a fun one. I think it's a great choice.
I watched half of that movie last night, and I was going to finish the other half this morning. But now I'm going to finish it after the show. So I feel like that's a good thing. But I tried to watch it in time, didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, you've opened the floodgates here, Austin. I watched the first half of Bone Cop Bad Cop.
Oh, yeah.
I have not finished it yet. Because I was determined. I was like, I want to watch this before she comes back. And I got through the first half. I got through the Bone Cop part. I haven't finished the Bad Cop part. So I'm halfway through. I'm actually really liking it a lot. It's
I was
super
gonna
funny.
ask, does it translate? Like, is it still funny if you don't understand what's happening?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. So I think it's a classic, like, partner up that don't want to partner up and like how they move forward. So I'm excited to finish it, but I just like, I need to get it off my conscience. I'm like, I've got to tell her. I can't. Like,
I did want to ask if you'd managed to watch it because I do love that movie. There is a sequel also. It's also good.
Nice. So I'm 1/4 of the way through the Bone Cop movie. How long is this movie? Not very long. Oh man. Okay. Christian, we finally made it back. We've all come back for you. This last pick.
Yeah. What's left?
You got
2000s.
I surprisingly have 3 choices left.
Really?
Nice. Yes. Now I'm torn because I was really hoping that one of these would get picked. So I have probably my top choice, and then I have like a fan choice, and then I have a weird choice.
Weird.
The chaotic version of me wants to pick the weird choice.
I mean, you have the last pick, so if you want to talk it out, we can.
Yeah, you can.
No one can steal it
from
you.
Yeah, dude, vamp for a little bit here.
So my chaotic choice is a movie that not a lot of people have heard of. It's called Rare Exports.
Yes, good movie.
Wow.
I'm with you.
Those
sounds awesome.
It's a Swedish version. Is it Swedish? I can't remember if it's Swedish or
somewhere
German.
in Scandinavia. I don't remember exactly.
And it's about this little kid, and he's living like in this mountain village, and he finds out like that the elders are keeping Santa Claus hostage.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Oh, that's fun.
That sounds so cool.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna explain because I saw it at a special screening, and the guy who was selling it to us sold it to us on one scene. And in case you ever watch it, I'm not gonna say what that scene is because I don't want it to get ruined for you. But I will say that it involves running, and it's near the end of the movie, and it's in a forest.
All right.
That's all I will say. And if you watch that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you ever do watch it, let me know because I want to hear your opinion on what that movie.
Let's throw it on after Bone Cop Bad Cop, and then I'll watch Rare Exports.
Watch the trailer. It looks insane. I've wanted to see this for years. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. Yeah. If you want to watch a weird movie on Christmas. But you know what? I'm going to pick Krampus.
Krampus.
Nice.
Krampus was also on my list.
I really like Krampus. It's by the guy who did Trick or Treat, which is one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's got great practical effects. It's a horror movie. It's a family drama. It's a dark comedy. It's got it all, and I really love it. And I've watched it every year since it's come out. So that's my favorite.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a quick recap. And I kind of want to talk about the stuff that didn't get picked. If you guys have some stuff on your list that we didn't do, but real quickly, Christian and animated took Klaus, 2000s Krampus, 90s Home Alone 2, and 80s Lethal Weapon. Tyler took Grinch, the original for animated, The Night Before in 2000s, Jingle All the Way in the 90s, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with his first pick in the 80s. I took Nightmare Before Christmas in animated, Sorcerer's Stone in 2000s, Batman Returns, and A Christmas Story. Kelly, Christmas Chronicles, Bad Santa, Jack Frost, the horror version, not the Michael Keaton version, right? Okay, just want to make sure. And Die Hard, the Bruce Willis version. So those are her picks. Matt, Polar Express, Christmas with the Cranks. Is this Ethan or just no? This is Matt. Okay,
Yeah, Matt.
surprised to see that.
No, just dive the knife deeper and deeper and deeper.
It's like, did I read that wrong? Like, no, I read it right. Christmas with Cranks, Mixed Nuts, and It's a Wonderful Life. Jen, the original Home Alone, Anna and the Apocalypse, The Long Kiss Goodbye, or Long Kiss Goodnight, right? I wrote it down wrong. Yeah. And the original Black Christmas. Austin, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Bridget Jones' Diary, Muppets Christmas Carol, and Meet Me in St. Louis. And Ethan, Elf, Miracle, The Santa Claus, and White Christmas. It's a lot of Christmas movies. We covered a lot of stuff.
Some solid movies.
I think surprisingly, there's still some stuff that we didn't pick, which I can't believe. Any of our guests, anybody want to talk about some of the stuff that they thought for sure would go that didn't?
Miracle on 34th Street didn't go.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Kind of surprised by that. That feels like up there with It's a Wonderful Life as like one of the original like Christmas movies.
Yeah. Frosty the Snowman, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that was one that was. Those both surprised me quite a bit.
Yeah, the animated one was tough because I like Mickey's Christmas Carol too, but like some of them were just like, I don't know, it was going to be slim pickings there. So that's why I went for it first. I didn't know if we'd talk about like Scrooged.
I had Scrooged on my list.
Yeah, I had that.
I didn't know if someone was going to take Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like I know it's Thanksgiving.
I would have quibbled.
You would have quibbled.
Oh yeah,
but it's a holiday movie.
4 Christmases. Nobody's
like
that movie.
Yeah, 4 Christmases.
I had that on my list. I think I went 2000s last, like we probably all did, because it felt like there was the most there.
The holiday.
The holiday. Yeah.
I'm surprised for 2000s to current. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action would have been like. I feel like that should have gone pretty early, but. Also, I really liked Happiest Season.
I was just going to say,
2020. I'm surprised nobody picked that. That's probably one of the better, more recent Christmas movies. It's very good.
That was a toss up for me between that and The Night Before.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a lot better than it had any reason to be. It was so good. It's for like just going into it was like, oh, it's a Hulu movie, but man, it was really good. Surprised Love Actually didn't come up.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
And I was internally fighting between Sorcerer's Stone and The Family Stone. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. So those were the ones I was just like, oh, I can't believe that I didn't take that or talk about it. What else? Any others?
There's Better Watch Out, the horror movie. That's great.
I had that one as well. That's great.
That was on my list too.
Love it.
I've never seen any of those horror ones. There was a lot that like
so good.
Yeah,
that one is
it's not really my genre, but I bet they're fun. Like the Christmas ones are probably a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There was a lot that I didn't know off the top of my head were Christmas movies, like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. We talked about. I forgot that was like set at Christmas. In Bruges, I still don't remember that it's has Christmas in it at all, but I love that movie.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 got mentioned. But yeah, there was a lot on like going through lists. I'm like, that's a Christmas movie. Like, okay,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's quite a few there. I also liked Fred Claus. I don't know if anybody's seen that Vince Vaughn one, but that one's kind of funny. So,
and nobody picked any of the Santa Claus sequels. We had the Santa Claus 2 and 3. What are we doing? Why are we not picking all of them?
I mean,
because they're not good.
I guess because you didn't pick them, you took Miracle instead. You know,
that's true. They're not good. That's true.
I know I've seen Santa Claus 2, but I don't remember. Is Neil in that?
I don't remember.
My guy Neil.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think Martin Short is in the third one, and it just goes off the rails bad.
Sure. Yeah, he shows up then at some point.
Not to Martin Short's responsibility. That was a very poorly structured sentence. It's just a bad movie with Martin Short in it.
Fair enough. Martin Short, please like and subscribe. He's not on our podcast. It's not us. It's a guest. It's not us.
Thank you, Martin.
We love you.
Well, yeah, thanks to all of you guys for coming on. I hope you guys had fun. This was a blast.
This was
it's
fun.
to talk about these Christmas movies.
Forget about Martin Short. What about our guests?
Yeah,
They're more
exactly.
important.
Martin, still please stay and subscribe.
Seriously, though,
Marty,
please.
you're my guy, but there's more important people right now.
No, I'm so stoked you guys came on. Yeah, just like reaching out to all of you and everyone like being on board. I'm like, all right, sweet. This is gonna be a good time. I think this will be really fun people to have on for this draft. And I was right. This was a lot of fun. So
As usual. He's always
I'm gonna
right.
let you guys kind of give your plugs again. Christian with the first pick. You get the first plug. Let people know where they can find you.
So you can find the Movie Pit Podcast on YouTube, on Stitcher, on Spotify, on... That's it. I don't even know where my podcast is anymore.
There's podcasts. You can find
Apple
it.
Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify. There you go. Those four.
Nice.
You can find them there. And then social media, Movie Pit Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Cool. Thank you so much, Kelly. Where can people find you?
I am with Drunk Theory, and I am everywhere. And y'all should vote for my movies because Die Hard's the best Christmas movie.
That's it. It's just the one pick.
We're everywhere. You'll see us.
Well, I'm excited for you to campaign and get everyone to vote for you. You get Die Hard up there. Yeah, Austin, Jen, let people know where they can find you guys.
Jen?
Okay, I was waiting to see if you were going to talk. I didn't want to step on you. But yeah, we are I Hate Your Taste in Movies. You can find us on any podcast app. We're also on Twitter at I Hate Your Taste and Instagram at Hate Your Taste Pod.
Perfect. We will make sure we have all these plugs in the notes so you guys can go find them. And Ethan, where can people find you?
Yeah, I am at 15 Minute Marvel on Twitter and at 24 Minutes of A24 on Twitter as well. Every Wednesday and Friday for 15 Minutes of Marvel, every Thursday for 24 Minutes of A24, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can get podcasts. That's where you can find us. Go subscribe, go like, go listen. And I will be making buttons that say vote for Ethan to win the Christmas draft. So if you want a button, hit me up on social media. I will print those off and I will send you a
Are
button.
we bribing people now?
Swear.
I didn't know that was an option.
I've got shot glasses. I got shot glasses with my face on it.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat.
I'm paying people money.
Yeah.
And making buttons to say vote for Christmas with the Cranks. Ethan should have taken.
Damn it.
Well, yeah, thank you all again for coming on. If you want to find us on social media, we're everywhere at 3filmspod, or you can find us at our website, 3filmspod.com. Happy holidays to everybody, and see you next year.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
He smiled at me, pum-pum-pum-pum. Can my drum? Can it be?
Oh, that's a pretty little thing, isn't it?
Very nice.
All right, Bobby. You have a Merry Christmas.
It's Bowie. It's David Bowie.
And it's Bing Crosby, pal.